Okay.
Sorry. Good evening, my fellow South Africans. Sorry I haven't been around for a while. Been busy trying to survive in this mad country we live in. Something I'd like to bring up here. Employment requirements. You know, when I had to go work at I think it was 2018 or 2017, end of 2017, I think. I had to go do some work up at the platinum mine in Rustenburg. In order for me to go onto a site, the first thing I had to do, I had to get a police clearance before I was even allowed to go do any work on the site. And then I had to go through a polygraph, and I had to get my red ticket for health to see if I was healthy enough to work there. Now I'm wondering, these people that work for our government, our members of parliament and our MECs and our heads of department when it comes to our local governments, do they go through the same thing? Are they subjected to a police clearance and a polygraph test to see if they are honest or not? I don't think so. I think they should be subjected to the same way that I was treated, just to get to go do some contractual work on a mine, on a gold mine, and on a platinum mine. We had to go through all these type of things: polygraph tests, police clearances, all that type of thing. And then plus we had to do our credentials, like my paperwork stating that I was a qualified artisan. I had to submit my certificates, and they would do a credential check to see if it was real or not. If I maybe made one of those things in my own backyard, in my garage, printed my own one. I wonder, do they do credential checks on our members of parliament and all the people that work for our local municipalities, etc., etc., etc.? I don't think so. But anyway, while we're on that subject, I'd like to bring up the state of our hospitals. I believe that our hospitals, the government should, the whole health system should actually delegate the accountability and the responsibilities of our hospitals to our local municipalities. For example, a hospital in Durban, government hospital, should fall under the jurisdiction of the local government. I.e., say ANC is running Durban, for argument's sake. If we've got a problem with the hospital, we go to Addington Hospital or to whichever hospital it is in what's this place called next door here? Chatsworth or whatever. We should be able to go. If we've got a problem with that hospital, who do we go to? We've got a problem with the hospital. We should be able to go to the local government offices, to our ward councillors, and say, listen, we're unhappy with what's going on at this hospital. Please do a full investigation into this hospital. That's why these hospitals should be reporting to our local governments. That's the way I see it, which in turn can report it back directly to the health department on our behalf. Because that nobody listens to you. If you've got a problem at the hospital, who do you go and report it to?
No
To
one.
the people running it there.
There is no one.
They're not going to listen to you.
No, they're not.
Even our police stations should be subjected to the same treatment. They should fall under the local governments. I'm talking about the building and even the police station. You should be able to go straight to your local council and say, I'm unhappy with what's going on at this police station. I'm not getting the results. There should be a shortcut for us to get to a complaint. So if we don't get the right services at the hospital, we should be able to go to the local ward council and say, listen, I'm very unhappy. This is what happened. Make a detailed statement, hand it in there. So that somewhere we can go to complain when we don't get the services which we paid for.
When you complain, you want something to be done about
it. And we want to give us feedback on it.
Yeah, you don't want it just to be swept.
Because remember, our ward councillors rely on our votes.
You don't want it just to be swept underneath the carpet.
Remember, the ward councillors rely on us for a vote to be in that position. They don't get that job without our approval. So we got to vote for the local ward councillor. So that means that ward councillor must now act on our behalf. At the moment, if I've got a problem with the hospital, I must drive to Pretoria to go and report it or what? Or go on the internet and report it. And nothing ever happens. So I still say, that's why I'm saying every hospital should fall underneath the local municipality. So we got a place where we can go to as a citizen of South Africa, as a citizen of this beautiful country. We've got somewhere we can go to. Don't have to go to the hospital to report them because there is no reporting structure there. We go to our local councillor and they take it from there and they can give us the feedback and they can take it higher up right to the top then if need be so that people can be held accountable. Maybe it'll also slow down the amount of pilfering that's been taking place there because people can see, hey, this place hasn't been swept or cleaned. Like that stage. Remember that one time when we went to the one hospital, they had a dustbin standing there and said out of order.
Yeah.
I wish we still had that photograph.
Yes, I wish I
mean,
still...
who ever heard of a dustbin that's out of order with a sign on it?
Yeah.
Out of order dustbin. What kind of thing is that?
I thought that was quite funny, so I took a photo of it.
Yeah.
It was at
Wentworth, eh?
Was it Wentworth Hospital, I think?
Yeah. That was about 15 years ago, 15 years ago, quite a while back.
Yeah,
I mean, it was ridiculous. Whoever has seen a dustbin with an out of order sign on it?
It was really...
What does that mean?
It was a joke. That's why I took a photo.
Out of order dustbin.
Yeah.
I'd love to see one of those things. But anyway, I'd really like your people's and all other podcasters, please, if you do follow me or and you do see this podcast we're doing, I'd really love your comments on this thing. I think it's something we should seriously look into. This needs to be seriously discussed and looked into. I believe that the local government should be held accountable for our hospitals, definitely. So if we've got a problem with a local hospital, we should be allowed to go to our local ward councillors, complain about it, put our complaints in, our concerns and our issues or whatever it is, services we don't get. And those people in return, at least those buildings can get looked after a little bit better as well. Maybe we won't have going into hospital where there's no water running, etc., 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 etc. A lot of things. It'll be just to short circuit the system. And as I said, all those people that are getting employed in the government, they definitely need to go for medicals, for hearing test, eye test. Are they fit enough to be there? Because they don't seem to be able to hear what we're saying. I think they're all deaf. They don't seem to be seeing. I mean, look at Ramaphosa himself. He lives in Johannesburg, but he didn't see it decaying. I mean, so he must have a problem with his eyes. He needs glasses in, isn't it? And if you can't hear, then they must give him a hearing aid so he can hear what our cries are. They must go and do their medicals. They must go and have a medical test done and see can they hear, can they see? So there's no more excuses. Oh, I didn't see this or I didn't hear that. We don't want to hear this anymore. We're tired. But definitely the polygraph and the police clearance on anybody working in Parliament surely has to have a police clearance and be subjected to a polygraph. But anyway, I'm going to say good night. You people have a pleasant evening further. And please, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. Because as I said, our views are doing well, but our subscribers, we're not doing too good with subscribers at this stage. We'd really appreciate it if you do that for us. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening further. Good night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching The Solution and watching our podcast. Take care and have a good evening further. Goodbye.